Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And today we're going to be looking into this album's 35th anniversary, and it's from one of my favorite bands, especially in the thrash metal genre. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Feel the Fire by Overkill, the band's debut album released on October 15th, 1985 through Megaforce Records. Now, everybody should probably know or at least heard of Overkill, thrash metal band that formed in New Jersey in 1980. And they had like a before that, they had like another band called the Lubricants, featuring a Dee Dee Verney on bass and Rat Skates on drums, and then they got Bobby Blitz on vocals and Robert Pistarak on guitar, and then they were called Virgin Kill, but then they decided to name themselves after Overkill, which from what I heard they named it after the Motorhead album. Um, yeah, and they've pretty much gone through a couple lineup changes, and then they got Bobby Kustafin in 1982 too, and then they started writing original songs, so stuff that would later become on this album. And then in 1983 they released a demo called Power in Black, and then they got signed around 1984 or 85. But I know before that they released a 4-track self-titled EP. Um, yeah, and of course that same year, later in October, they released this album. And this album is, I think, is a good solid start to Overkill's career. Great way to kick things off. And I just think, in my honest opinion, I feel like Overkill are one of the most, if not the most consistent band in metal. It's like 8 from this album, according to like their new album, The Wings of War. I feel like these guys just not let up, but it's like age does not affect them at all. Vocally, just Bobby Blitz is just all over the place, hence his nickname Blitz, pretty much his over the top lifestyle. The guitar work, surprisingly, they only had one guitarist throughout the first few albums. It wasn't until about Horoscope where they got 2 guitarists, but just having one guitar is just good enough. Like Bobby Gustafson could do well. Bass wise, Dee Dee Verney, his bass is really well up in the mix. You could definitely hear it. And the drumming wise, Rat Skates is a great drummer. So without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is Raise the Dead, which is an excellent opener, which kind of like sets the whole mood for the whole album. It starts off with kind of like what is a windy background, and then some doom-like riff comes in soon, and it just hits by a double bass strumming, and then boom, it just gets you in like a whirlwind of just headbanging and just chugging, thrashing, pounding riffs, and it's just highlighted by some insane guitar solo from Bobby, and plus some killer screams from Bobby near the end of the song as well. Great way to start off this album. And then we go on to the next song on the album, which is called Rotten to the Core, which is one of Overkill's well-known songs. It's just very energetic. It's just loaded with some great riffs and some flashy soloing and just some pounding drum work. It just features some really great vocals from Bobby and a catchy chorus as well. There's No Tomorrow, which is a true power of energy thrasher. It is just has some blazing riffage and some hammering double bass drumming, and I especially like there's like a little melodic section around minute and 21 seconds that slows things down temporarily before just getting full blasting in around like the over the 2-minute mark. Second Son, which I thought was a weird song, weird way. I think they should I thought they put it at like track 2, being track 2, Second Son. But anyway, Second Son is another catchy song, has some great vocals from Bobby and some really dark lyrics, and yet some really catchy riffing. Hammerhead, which is just another fast-driven thrasher, sure, some vicious riffing and some kind of like gallops in there, which kind of reminds me a little bit of like Iron Maiden, and some insane drumming and some great chorus as well. And then we move on to the title track of the album, Feel the Fire. And I feel like this song just reminds me of Maiden again, just like at the last track. It just has some fast, energetic riffing, sort of like the galloping rhythms throughout, and just some, I don't know, just some really great shred song as well. And anyway, moving on to the next song on the album, which is called Blood and Fire, which just features an onslaught of just some fast drumming, some fast riffing, and just all around just shredding soloing, and just some insane vocals from Bobby Blitz. It's Kill at Command has another just piece of just pure metal that just hits you in the face right from the get-go, with some machine gun riffing and some insane double bass drumming, and especially love like at the middle of the song has some more killer soloing and some great backing vocals. And then we move on. Next song on the album is the band's own title track, Overkill. Overkill, which is pretty much what I heard one of their most signature songs. It borderlines with sort of like a very dark and creepy like atmosphere, and some great riffs and some weird like opening in the beginning. And it also has some pounding drums and some dark lyrics. Especially, they love Bobby screaming "kill, kill, kill" near the end of the song. And then the album closes with Sonic Reducer, which is actually a cover song by a band called The Dead Boys, which I'd never heard of. I think they're a punk band. And it just has like very energetic punk beats and some great riffing and some insane vocals from Bobby. Overall, a pretty interesting way to end this album. And overall, Feel the Fire by Overkill is a pretty great way to start off their career. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give Feel the Fire by Overkill a solid 9 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of Feel the Fire, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the album, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.